AGS Advanced Global Study.
So my background is architecture, and I intend to develop my long-term career with it. My English level is not sufficient to enroll in postgraduate program in Australia University. Should I take English courses in Australia in order to meet the English requirement, then apply for the postgraduate program, or should I choose a relevant vocational courses?
If you really want to pursue architecture, I would recommend to stick with that. Don't change to something else, because architecture is quite in demand in a lot of states and territories. So you can study English. Immigration will ask you why you want to study English. So you need to explain that. As long as it's genuine, you do a good application. It's quite safe.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. One more question with Miss Anne. Like, I am accountant graduate currently on visa 485. What course I should apply to have a chance to apply for visa 190?
So your question is, you are Sydney student, and you are doing or completing the bachelor in accounting, right?
Yeah.
And considering like what course or maybe visa pathway to help you to go get the PR in the future. As you know, like I believe everyone know that accounting is the point event competitive. For anyone seeking 189 direct migration, the point minimum around 95 up to could be 100 at the times. Most of invitation recently, accountant students have to achieve at least around 95 to 100. So if you are in New South Wales, of course, you will seek another 5 points from New South Wales or 491 in New South Wales. So it really depends on your point at the moment. If your point is, your overall point is competitive enough, mean that you have maximum English point, IELTS or PT 79, and other extra point like work experience point, CCL, PY, and so all of that, then you can consider to stay in New South Wales or move to the regional of New South Wales. Otherwise, you may consider to other states like Tasmania and Queensland we present today. So it, you may need to contact us later on for your specific case, so we can help you analyze your case and find a best option for you.
Thank you, Ms. Anne. I'll go back with Derek with this next question. I am on visa 485. However, I am currently in Vietnam. Because of COVID-19, I couldn't travel back yet. I have just applied for a course in Tasmania in this July. If the border haven't opened yet, can I study online and count the time I study online in Vietnam for condition 1 year study in Tasmania?
Okay, Tasmania, they have addressed some issues. Okay, in terms of if you're in Tasmania and you can't leave to do an offshore application, if you're subject to a ban, okay, then they said that's fine. But in terms of overseas study, they say no. You need to be in Tasmania, living in Tasmania, to meet that requirement. Okay, if you're living in Tasmania, you can study online, but if you're living outside Tasmania, you can't study online.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek. And the next question is, what commitments can I do to increase my chance for visa 491 or 190 in Tasmania or Queensland?
Okay, so I'll focus on Tasmania because it's more of an issue there. Okay, so whatever stream you choose, whether it's study, work, or small business, okay, once you meet the requirements, okay, you need to be prepared to stay longer than that. Okay, working and studying longer than that. Okay, over time, once if you work and study and live and spend all your money in that area, then you're committing yourself to that region. Okay, so you always need to think about what visa am I going to do it as a backup option. Okay, so after I finish this study, what visa can I apply for after that? You know, not only commitment, but, you know, try and exceed the requirements. So if they just want a job, you know, try and get a good job, a higher paying job. You know, if they want 6 English, try get better, try get 7 or 8 English or higher points, things like that.
Okay, thank you, Derek. And the next question is, I am on visa for 5. Currently, I am studying Master of Accounting in Tasmania. I am going to apply for student visa after my current visa expires in this July. My wife is in India. Should I apply student visa with my wife? My wife will be dependent on me now and to should it count for the commitment in TAS government?
Okay, I think you should apply for your wife to join your 485 visa, okay, because that means you can just get her in there. Okay, the 485 doesn't have any genuine visitor requirement or anything. Okay, so it's a lot easier to just get her into the country. Okay, you don't want a situation where you apply for a student visa, okay, and then you know, God forbid you get a refusal and you need to appeal it, and then your wife is stuck overseas while you're appealing it. Okay, so if you can, if you get her here on the 485 visa, and both of you guys lodge an onshore application. And about your question, yeah, so you know, if they definitely look at your partner. So if your partner, if you've been living in Tasmania for 3 years, but your partner hasn't spent any time in Tasmania, okay, that's not going to be as strong as if both of you have lived in Tasmania for the 3 years. Okay, you know, if she's there, then you know she's got friends there. You know, her English is better. She's worked there and paid taxes. You know, and you know, you can also look at the Tasmanian skills list. You know, and if she can focus on work in those areas, that's going to greatly strengthen your nomination, because you know she's working in something in demand.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. The next question is, if my partner have IELTS 6 or PTE equivalent, can I get 5 points from that?
Yes, you can.
Awesome.
Provided that she's under 45 years of age.
Oh, under 45, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And the next one, yeah. I heard it's very hard to get visa 190 in TAS. There are any condition that I need to know when apply for visa 190 do I have to study at UTAS to get this visa? Wow.
Okay, so a few questions there. Okay. Yes, look, it's hard to get a 190 anywhere now because it is a direct dependent visa. Okay, but like I said, if you can't get a 190, you know, there is always 491 as an option. Okay, special conditions. Okay, so all the requirements are on the website. The ones I spoke about today. Okay, some occupations have additional requirements, but in Tasmania that only applies to the offshore stream. Okay, so it's just like the things I've been talking about today. You know, studying, you know, getting a job there, staying there for a longer period of time. You don't have to study at UTAS. Okay, you just need to, if you want to do a study stream, you just need to study at a CRICOS registered school in Tasmania.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. The next one, about working 6 months in Tasmania. Do I have to work in my nominated occupation? For example, I have skill assessment in accounting, but I am working in a restaurant.
Yes, you can't work. I just spoke about this. Yes, you can. Okay. but then you'll need to provide a career plan. Yes, you can work in a different occupation, but then you need to provide a career plan explaining how you have strong employment prospects in Tasmania. So yeah, with the work, you need to meet the requirements. So it needs to be full-time work, and yeah, it needs to be an established business with genuine need and things like that.
Yep. Thank you, Derek. And the next one, about visa 491 in Tasmania. If I have visa 491 and I have to fulfill the condition 53,900, can I use my income from overseas? I have part-time job in Tasmania, but I think it's not gonna meet the condition. So I have some business in my home country. Can I use that overseas income and my income in Tasmania to fulfill the condition?
That is a really interesting question. I need to think about that. Let me try and think. So if you earn an income overseas, you need to declare that in your tax. Okay, so it will be in your tax return. But the definition of work under the Migration Act is work that what is it? Things that earn income in Australia. So look, that okay, so after 491, the next visa is the 191. Okay, and that visa is due to be released in about 2.5 years now. Okay, so it hasn't been released yet. So I haven't, you know, I'm not able to see exactly, you know, how the requirement is worded and all that. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I can't answer that right now.
Sure.
If you go on a 491 visa, you should try and prepare yourself that you might need to earn $54,000 in Australia, because we can't know that until the next visa is released.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Derek. And the next one, how many points for family sponsor stream? Do I have to have any commitment?
Okay, the points is the same, 65 points. And yes, you still need to meet the commitment, because the commitment is the general requirement, which applies to all streams. Okay, so, you know, okay, if you got the family there, that's great. Okay, but then they're going to look at, you know, you still need a skills assessment, you still need 6 English, you know, and then they'll look at how long you stayed there and stuff like that.
Yeah, the question again is Victoria's now is closed invitation for visa 491 and 190. Do you think they will close in Queensland as well?
Okay, so Queensland right now, it's already closed for 190 as of November 2019. So it took them 5 months to close the program. But 491 is currently still open, and it's June. Right now it's June, so you know, 491 has existed till the end of the year. Keeping in mind that 491 only started in November last year. If I had to make a prediction, I think 190 will close, you know, around halfway through the year in Queensland, but 491 will stay, you know, pretty till the end of the year or close to that.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek. The next question. I am currently on visa 485. I am about to finish my professional year program at Universitas Hobart, and I am also starting my MIT in UTAS in Launceston. My question is, I would like to know what's the probability for visa 190.
Now, so I'm assuming you studied your bachelor's outside Tasmania. Okay, so if you have, and so look, after, you know, if you only study 2 years in Tasmania, that is, you know, that's basically just meeting the minimum requirement. Okay, so at that stage, I think you're your application isn't that strong compared to everybody else. Okay, and the thing with that option is that you've already done your 485 visa once. So, after you finish your master's, you have limited options to extend. You're looking at another student visa, okay, or possibly a 407 visa, or if you have a partner, maybe your partner can study or something like that. So I would say probably 190 is not that strong, but 491, yes. But yeah, you need to look at backup options after you finish your master's.
Yep. Thank you, Derek. And the last questions is, in visa 491, is Medicare for the children only or for the whole family?
It is for the whole
The
family.
child or whole family.
Yes, but public school is free for the children.
Oh, awesome. If on visa for 491, right?
Yes, so if the children are on your 491 visa, when they enroll to the school, you give them the visa, and then they'll ask you to pay like an enrollment fee, a few $100 or something like that, but no yearly fee, which is normally it's like $6,000 to $9,000 depending on if you're on a student visa or a 485 visa or something.
Thank you, Derek. I think that is the last question, and to wrap up our webinar today, and I would like to say thank you, Mr. Derek and Miss Anne, and also Alison for joining our webinar today. And last thing, Miss Anne, can you please introduce our team again and how students can contact us, like how we can help them as well?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Erin. So same as the previous webinar, we are ATS Education, Advanced Education and Migration. Our head office in Sydney, and we have the representative office in Hobart, and Erin is our main representative in Hobart. So if you have any question, and if you want us, need us to help you with the migration pathway, feel free to contact us either in Sydney or Hobart, and send us your inquiry with question and your CV to our email, or contact us by Facebook. We are here to help you get to the to achieve your migration goal. And look forward to see you all in person very soon as well in Sydney or Hobart. And here some of our team members. You can see here with on the management team, migration and education experts, and our office in Australia, in Vietnam, and in Australia we have Sydney and Hobart. So feel free to contact us or look for Erin if you want. After the webinar, if you want to analyze your case, then contact us or Erin. So we are here to help you.
Thank you, Miss Anne.
Contact AGS now for free education, migration consultancy, and let us help you plan your future. Suite 1, 353 Chapel Road, Bankstown, 028102